Okay, there we go. Welcome, everyone. Today we have 5 members. We have Constantine, Lucas, Ryan, and Ryan, and myself, obviously. And we're going to do a couple different segments. We're going to do finals, discussion, predictions, give some best and worst performers, and then we're going to do a would you rather, possibly grade some teams' playoff performances, and then we'll finish with top 5 free agents deserving of big contracts. So we'll let Constantine, who's in his office right now, start by giving a quick recap of games 1 and 2, giving his prediction for this series.
Still have the Denver Nuggets winning the NBA Finals like I did last series.
Horrible.
But is it lagging?
You're saying horrible for the Nuggets.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
okay.
yeah.
I still have the Nuggets winning as I did last week, but I think the road which they're going to take to win is going to be different than I thought it would be. I mean, really, the personality of the finals, really for the up until the first 6 quarters of play, like the Nuggets were completely unfazed. The Heat did yesterday by winning Game 2, which changes the entire dynamic. But yeah, as I look towards Game 3 right now, the line. The Nuggets are at a minus 143 odds to win, which gives them like a 60% chance. The spread is only at around 3 points, so I mean it's playoff basketball. Like that can change in one possession very easily. So I don't know which game they will win, but I do think the Nuggets will split in Miami. I think it'll be a very close replica of what happened in Denver. Like one of the 2 games, Denver will take a heavy lead and just never give it back and win a game, and then I think in either the first or second game, Miami will keep it close up until the middle of the third quarter and then take off and win, either with like a clutch comeback or an OT win. So I still have – I think I read something in an article that in the last 16 NBA seasons, the Nuggets are the second most likely team to win the finals heading into the finals since the KD Warriors in 2018. So, I mean, there's a lot. I mean, people are very confident the Nuggets will win, as I am. But I think it'll take 6 and maybe even 7 games. So, yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Okay, Lucas?
Respect. I agree. Jokic is a human cheat code. Nuggets in 6.
Okay.
I don't think the Heat have just – I mean, they're full surprises, so maybe they got one more, but Nuggets in 6. Constantine pretty much talks for like an hour straight, so yeah.
All right, Ryan?
I don't know. I don't like anything I'm hearing here. I said it yesterday before the game. Jimmy Butler's going to get the win. He pulled through, obviously. He's going to take it in 6. They're going to lose first game Miami because whatever, and then they'll win the rest. Him and his 5 undrafted boys. Point guard Bam. They put Jokic in a box for only 4 assists. Almost one of the least you had all season. Best coach in the NBA, too. I got the Heat in 6, obviously. Jimmy Butler all the way.
We're assuming the Heat are going to lose the next game.
Yeah.
And then win
Game 4, 5, 6.
5 and 6. Okay, that's definitely possible because that's 2 home games. But okay, so Constantine gave some nice statistical analysis. We have one Heat representative here. I have to pick the Nuggets, but I'm gonna say the Nuggets. It's gonna go 7 games because I think Lucas might have said I think they're gonna split, or maybe Constantine said it. They're gonna split in Miami. No, Constantine said it, and then it'll just go every single game will be the home team winner from there on out. So the Nuggets will win 5, and then he will win 6, and Nuggets will win 7. And I think the first game, the reason why the Heat won last night is because that was that first game with the new adjustment with the guarding Jokic one-on-one and just letting him score and stopping him from passing the ball. But I think Mike Malone will adjust to it, and I think in the following games we're going to see a much different offense. I'm assuming MPJ is going to hit more shots. Other guys on the team, Jamal Murray is going to do a lot better. That was probably Jamal Murray's worst game of the playoffs, if not second or third worst. So I think he'll step it up. So I think we could see a very good series. It could go either way. Like Lucas said, the Heat are full of surprises, but I have the Nuggets in 7. But yeah, so with that being said, we'll go back around to Constantine and we'll just do quick I guess we can just do two performers from each team. So you could just say like one guy that's been super surprisingly good for the Heat, one guy that's been super surprisingly bad for the Heat, and then same for the Nuggets. So 4 players total.
Sure. So I guess I'll start with the disappointing players in my opinion. For the Heat, I have Caleb Martin. He was putting on a show during the entire Eastern Conference Finals. I think he actually got 5 out of the 11 votes for MVP. Jimmy obviously the other 6.
Yep, of course, Jimmy got it.
But yeah.
Michael Jordan's son.
But I mean, these numbers I have in front of me for Caleb Martin in the ECF. He had averaged 19 points, 6 rebounds, a couple assists on 60% field goal shooting, and near 50% 3-point. He was just like their spark plug. He did an amazing job. But now, I mean, it is small sample size, just 2 games, but he shot 2 of 10 and averaged 3 points. So in these 2 games, so more than a 60-point drop off is definitely enough for me to say 20 player. I guess I mean, I'm not as harsh on him as like other disappointing players that I've seen in the past because he's only played 48 minutes in 2 games in the finals, whereas in the Eastern Conference Finals, he played 36 game average. So that's a big difference.
He has illness. That's why.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I did see that. But yeah, he's still my most disappointing player. For the Nuggets side of things, my most disappointing player thus far is Michael Porter Jr. He was their sharpshooter in the conference finals. I mean, he's not like a stereotypical sharpshooter because he's big, he can play some defense, he can drive. But he was averaging 15, 16, 17 points really for the entire playoff run. And now he's 3 of 17 from 3-point range, which is just awful. And if he was making his shots yesterday, I think they would have won because he's key for them. And then I guess to stay on the Nuggets side of basketball, I mean, I'll stay with the fan favorite. I'll stay with Nikola Jokic. He's still impressing me every day. I mean, even when on the days when he's not getting a triple-double, he's scoring 40 plus like he did yesterday. Spoelstra keeps coming up with new defenses and it doesn't faze him. So he's
4 assists.
He had 40, didn't he?
He had 41 points.
Did he win?
It's all right. Just keep going. He had 53 against the Suns and also lost. All right, keep going.
All right.
Yeah, and the player I guess I'm most impressed with, I guess would have to be Gabe Vincent. He's kind of filled the surprising role that Martin had in the Eastern Conference. Those guys are like very similar players. They look exactly alike. But he's kind of
I was racist.
Yeah.
Highly.
No, they have similar like facial features. Anyway.
No.
Okay.
Right.
Anyway, he's kind of stolen the success that Caleb has lost to keep them in this series. He had, I believe, 20 points both the first and second games of the series. He's won me some bets. He's very reliable, and Jokic and Vincent, I'm most impressed with, and then Michael Porter Jr. and Caleb Martin I'm most disappointed with.
Okay, Lucas.
I would say for the Heat, I kind of agree with Constantine. It has to be Martin.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean he covered it. And for the Nuggets, I would either say KCP or Michael Porter Jr. just because KCP's job is to shoot threes and play defense, and he hasn't done any of that. Michael Porter also just shoots the ball whenever it comes to his hands, so he should make at least 50 or 40% at least, 30, maybe 35, but he's not. And obviously Jokic, and I would also say either Adebayo or Vincent.
Yeah.
Adebayo has really like stepped up on the offense for like a known defensive center. So yeah, and guarding Jokic is like the hardest job in the NBA. So
Okay, Ryan.
I'm gonna have to keep glazing a bit and saying that Caleb Martin is definitely the worst in the Heat. Like most disappointing. He's done absolutely nothing besides the one corner three in the clutch time last game. That's I think his only point. And probably for the Nuggets, most disappointing has to be KCP with the 2 fouls on the threes in clutch time, giving up 6 free throws. Worst time to do it.
Yeah.
And then what we're doing, best players.
Yeah.
I have to give it a tie with actually no, I'm getting right to Bam. Point guard Bam sitting top of the key, giving dimes, spinning in, getting dunks, put back. That's all you need out of the center. There's no guarding Jokic. He can let him have 40 points. They won, he had 40 points. I'll live. Bam can sit there and do whatever. And obviously Jokic is the best on his team. Like he does everything. Besides get over 10 assists, no triple double.
Okay. For me, worse than the Heat. I don't know how you couldn't say Caleb Martin. I mean, you could maybe say Kyle Lowry hasn't been great either, and he was pretty big in the Knicks series, but for the most part, he really wasn't doing anything special all playoffs long. He had a couple games.
Only the Knicks, of course.
But Caleb Martin definitely the most disappointing, most surprising, positive player. If not Bam, I mean it is Bam. You can't argue with that. But honorable mention, I will get to Duncan Robinson, especially for his performance last game. Game 1, he wasn't great, but Game 7 against the Celtics, he was great, and then yesterday again, great. For the Nuggets, obviously, Jokic is still doing his thing. You got to give him his credit. And then KCP and MPJ, pretty much Ryan and Constantine covered, but they've both been horrific. So, I mean, I don't know if they got to shorten the rotation and keep those morons out of the game. Maybe try to bring one of the bench guys in. I don't know, but most of those guys don't play anyway. So, pretty much agree all around.
Team has done well. Braun, or I think that's his name. Brown. Yeah.
He's a good athletic defender. He did have one of those bad fouls too, but I think he could definitely put in more minutes because he only had 15 minutes last night. He was a +8 on the court. I think he did pretty well. So,
well, the bench total had plus 34 on the bench.
Yeah. I think the big problem was KCP and MPJ.
I don't understand why Bruce Brown isn't starting. I mean,
I like him. He's been solid all playoffs.
If you don't want to give most impressive to Jokic, you could also say Aaron Gordon because they don't have an answer
100%.
for his body.
True.
Yeah, but what did he really do in the second game?
I mean,
first game he went off and dominated, and that's why they won. Second game,
yeah.
Anything crazy? I didn't see the whole first half, but
really early.
Jimmy Butler had a horrific first half.
Yeah.
It's not the Jimmy Butler show all the time, man. It was a Bam show last game.
Well, that's what I'm saying, though. Aaron Gordon is clamping him up for a good portion of the game.
Aaron Gordon, he said some reporter that he's going to tell his grandkids about all these guys. Jimmy Butler and Durant, like, no.
He has been doing solid, though.
Least favorite player in the NBA. Up there, him, Dylan Brooks.
And LeBron.
You can't put him in a category with Dylan Brooks.
Just like them. They're both the goons walking around the court, man. Some big guys who are just huge, bully the guys around. Very similar players.
Going after the game.
Aaron Gordon's definitely better, though.
Okay.
Yeah. Similar body types.
Okay, next segment.
Dylan Brooks is out to China.
I kind of forgot. Yeah, he'll be in Shanghai with Dwight Howard or Taiwan. What was our next segment going to be?
It'll be in India.
Rather.
Really, Constantine, India?
Yeah, he's not good enough for Shanghai basketball.
Okay.
What league's India?
I don't know.
IBL, dude. Indian Basketball League.
Oh, Constantine, name you 5 players in the league.
Yeah.
Constantine, you just said yeah. All right, Ryan, we have a Would You Rather. I'm betting it's probably not going to be presented in the way that I tried to explain it to Constantine and Ryan, because when Constantine did it last episode, he did it wrong, even though I explained it.
No, I found a better way.
Okay. So we'll get a Would You Rather from Ryan. I don't know what this is going to be like, but we'll see.
So we're doing, obviously, Miami Heat position because we love it. We're saying, would you rather for the player not to play for the rest of the series?
Okay.
Constantine goes first, and then we'll do Lucas, then me, then Ryan. You can go last.
Would you rather Gabe Vincent or Jimmy Butler not play for the rest of the series?
Ryan.
Gabe Vincent.
Gabe Vincent.
Yeah.
Ryan, what kind of dumb would you rather was that?
It gets better. It gets
All
better.
right, Gabe Vincent. I guess I'll answer, but
If the Heat,
The first two are questionable.
they should resign in contract form the NBA title.
well, that's
They don't-
assuming. I think he meant like if one of them got hurt, but I don't know.
Oh yeah,
All right, next one is Kyle Lowry or Kevin Love.
that's a good one. That's a better one.
Lowry.
I'd rather Lowry not play. Yeah.
Lowry.
I
Why?
would rather Kevin Love not play.
Kevin Love was a big reason why they won that game last night. Down the stretch, getting rebounds, putting a body on them.
Yeah.
He's a lot taller, and I think a huge reason why Aaron Gordon went so crazy in game one is because I think Caleb Martin was guarding him, maybe.
Yeah,
In
they
game
kept
one,
rotating.
And that's
the
just a
undrafted
huge
guys.
size difference. That's not going to work. I think Kevin Love being out there just provides size, provides rebounding. Kyle Lowry, like I said, hasn't been having a great series. He is a ginormous cake, but he's not a great player.
It doesn't help him box out. It does not.
He the only thing that he pushes the pace a lot with the Heat, which is like when they get most of their transition stuff. So that's the only like positive about him. But
He's a
It's
push
supposed
camper
to
in
be
the corner.
similar veteran presence, but I think I trust Kevin Love's experience way more. Just being with LeBron.
Yep.
Kyle Lowry's Hawaii playoff run. I mean, it was like he did well, but I just have a hard time giving them respect because like the whole Warriors team just dropped.
Okay.
all right,
LeBron's
what's
on.
next?
Wait, Lucas, wait. Lucas said Kevin Love he would rather not play.
Yeah,
I don't know if Lucas watched the last game.
Why did you
I
say
watched a
that?
little bit of it. Well, I told you, Lowry pushes the pace,
Okay. That
All
is
right,
true.
yeah.
That is true.
and
This
Kevin
one's
Love is
kind of-
really slow.
got max glutes.
He does. He probably glute presses.
put him
He does like
in-
9 million pound glute bridges.
All right, next up we got Gabe Vincent or Caleb Martin. When Caleb Martin comes back from his illness.
I think Caleb Martin's a better player, but just from what I've seen in the first two games of the finals, I'd rather have Caleb Martin stay sick a little longer.
Yeah.
Dude's wishing sickness on another man, all right?
I don't wish sickness on him, but
Yeah,
the way he's played, definitely Vincent.
but I think Caleb was a higher ceiling for sure.
I don't know. I think you have to imagine that was like some sort of noise from Constantine. I think you have
What's going
to
on in your
imagine
office?
that
Bad.
Caleb Martin is going to be healthier. So I'm going to say I'd rather Gabe Vincent not play because
Yeah,
you're assuming Caleb Martin's going to heal. So and he's obviously been the better player. So I want to go with Gabe Vincent as a player. I'd rather not play.
yeah.
All right, next up. I mean, this one's pretty stupid. So
Just skip it.
Bam or Gabe Vincent.
Gabe Vincent.
Yeah, I'd
Gabe Vincent.
rather have Gabe.
All right. Duncan Robinson or Caleb Martin.
Ill Caleb Martin.
You'd rather Caleb Martin not play.
Yeah, Duncan's been cold.
Okay,
Yeah,
I
he's
agree.
been-
I was just making sure.
He tried mean mugging. He tried mean mugging, which was horribly
No, he
failed
looked
horribly.
raw,
He's
and
not,
he did that silly where it was like this in the Boston
he's
game.
not Tyler. He's not Tyler Hero. He looks like a friggin' dwarf.
On that note, would you rather Tyler Hero come back and not play at all or play in the finals?
I think they should just keep him right on the bench. What they have working right now, I think, might be.
Yeah, unless they go down like 3-1, like there's no point in.
Want to try? So yeah,
I don't see what could go wrong if they bring him back in game 4 off the bench and let him play like 10 minutes, 15 minutes. If
He's
he
a
comes off the
horrible
bench,
on-ball defender, though.
yeah, he is. He is a cone.
Defense is
But
the
so
only thing.
is Gabe Vincent, for the most part. Not on ball. No, that's not true. That is true. I mean, you could swap him just in for like 10, 11 minutes. If he puts up like 15 points, gives you a good scoring punch off the bench, that could be a good option. What?
you give him some of Max Struess's minutes.
Yeah. That dude can't play
Does he
defense.
even play, Max Strus?
Yeah, he
Yeah.
starts, doesn't he?
I feel like he's barely played minutes when
He
I
played
watched.
30.
Yeah, he played a
played
lot of minutes
30
last
minutes?
game.
He was roasting the Celtics on Instagram, and they missed every single shot he took in game 1.
Yeah, he just went crazy with the Knicks.
Yeah, everyone just tries against the Knicks. It's not fair.
With Trae Young. Was that all you would you rather, Ryan?
Yeah.
That's fine. No, that's how many you're supposed to do. You're supposed to do 5, but the formatting, I don't think anybody really understands it. But that's fine.
I went for it. I'll be better next time. I swear.
I liked it. Okay, so how long have we been in this for? Like 20 minutes?
Around.
Should we just start? I feel like we should just start a new one just so we can restart the 30-minute timer.
On a team of
Why don't
AAU,
we just keep going? Stop
if we
it now.
formed an AAU basketball
It doesn't.
team,
It starts at 30 minutes. Man.
would you guys rather Aiden Savage not play or Chris Howard?
Jacob DeClario.
Chris Howard.
That's tough. Not
Chris
play.
Howard.
Yeah, not play.
Chris is good for one sprint down the court and then he's gassed.
Yeah, but now
Yeah,
he's
but Eden's like a negative.
Doesn't matter. His lungs are still made of metal.
But Aiden will never make a jump shot.
Well, I'll say.
He never shoots
I'd rather
anyways.
Eden Savin not play.
Okay.
Assuming they're both playing center.
Yeah.
Because if it's like
I would
they're on
rather
the
Lucas
wing,
block on the center.
We're gonna be
if they're on the wing, I'll take
either way. We're playing 4-on-5 because Chris won't be available down the court because he'll be lagging behind.
That's true.
No offense, Chris.
Okay.
Neither of them watch this, so it's fine.
This
So
is
what
my
we're gonna
friend.
do?
Aiden.
I'm going to stop this screencastify recording because it stops at 30 minutes.
Okay.